All right, YouTube. It's the big old deal, man. It's y'all favorite hood partner, Big Nina Boy. We back with another one, man. All right, so it looks like, man, the feds, man, they working hard to keep that man Big U, Bear Claw, Luce Cannon, everybody that's on that RICO indictment locked in. They trying to make sure by the time these people come out, man, they gonna have gray hair everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? This is one of the biggest RICO cases that's going down in the history books. Y'all gotta understand something, man. I think as black people, man, we forgot, man, we got that black magic. You see what I'm saying? We got to start walking into our power, bro. Because looking at this shit, man, niggas don't realize until it's too late. You see what I'm saying? In the streets, man, everybody got a number, bro. Everybody got a number. If you don't make the right decision about time that number come up, it's gonna take you under. You see what I'm saying? Like I was telling y'all on the last live, Big, you had it all. He had the power, he had the respect, he had the money, he had everything, he had his family. And see, what happens is when you have all of these things and you have a family, you never know when your number is called. Where, all right, it's enough, man. You know, sitting back, looking at everything going down this rabbit hole, man. They was watching him for years. They watched him extort allegedly, bully allegedly, you know, all of this stuff that they got on him, man. You know what I'm saying? And we seen a little footage of his content saying, man, you know, y'all go get me in trouble. They lying on me. I ain't do nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't realize that when he made that video, bro. But at the same time, man, he was on Wiretap. They had thousands of hours of recorded audio of him saying some vicious statements about Nip, bro. You see what I'm saying? And anybody that could pretend like they got love for Nip and act like, you know, they rock with Nip, and just to hear him say that, it would change a different outlook on how you view him, right? Just anybody that say that they bigger than somebody. I couldn't hang around a nigga say he bigger than me. I thought we were men. I thought we pissing and the same way. You see what I'm saying? All men are created equal under the eyes of God. So, you know, I don't hang with niggas who play God and all that shit, right? But, you know, see, some of y'all just don't know what good people is because y'all is controlled by money. You know, money control y'all. You know, when I sit back and I think like, damn, what would a nigga do for some money on? Man, it's a lot of people out here right now, bro. Let me tell you something. If somebody, and don't get it twisted, if a nigga had 10K, you know what I'm saying? If a nigga wants somebody's address out here, man, they dropping that nigga 10, that's it. Hey, don't tell him it came from me. The dude you get an address, as soon as he give you that money, he don't care what you think. Nigga, that's 10K. He got plenty of money. There's some cats out here with some long money, bro. You know what I'm saying? The game has changed. It's not about who can fight the best. It's not about who can knock somebody out now. It's about, do you got that money? You see what I'm saying? And I tell y'all, it's 60% mental, 40% physical. The moment you think you can get out here on this blacktop and whoop somebody just with your brains, bro, I mean, with your hands, bro, you done already lost. Niggas with some money on ain't out here fighting, bro. Hey, I got 15K, man. Go break his legs and his ankles, or you know, you catch him, go run him over. Send me the video. You know what I'm saying? Say less. You know what I'm saying? An unmarked car catch you walking down the street and now you in a wheelchair for the rest of your life, man. It's something about this money that change anybody's opinion about you. Yeah. Tell you, nigga, I ain't keep playing with this game, nigga. There's money out here, nigga. Man, hey, because there's people out here that don't got it. You see what I'm saying? And they got to sit back and watch somebody pull up in a fancy car every day. You know what I'm saying? Hop out, buy they famous, you know, Remy Martin, they Hennessy, and roll up they fancy weed and, you know, just got money, just enjoying life. If somebody ain't had that feeling in a long time and you bringing that's why I tell you, homie, be careful about how you shining in front of your own homies, because real OGs know when you got that type of dough, nigga, and you ain't taking care of your community gonna be offended by how you moving, homie. We all struggle together, nigga. One made it, you know the rules. We all made it. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, nigga, you can't be running around here with $500,000 in your bank account. You got $200,000 on your neck, $20,000 on your wrist, $15,000 on your fingers. You tricking off money on females and shit, but your homeboys out here starving. but you just expect them to love you. In gang culture, yo, we come from an organization where you would die if you stand and testify against one of your own. You see what I'm saying? You can't, yeah, nigga, like, come on, nigga, who y'all playing with? That ain't love. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, it's the game. You do one thing wrong and you could lose your life in it. You see what I'm saying? Or, you know, you crash out and make a false move, you could end up catching life in prison. Come on, man. It's a power structure. You know what I'm saying? Niggas want power. Niggas want money. But most people settle for the money. I mean, for the power, not the money. Because it ain't no money in gangbanging. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's no money in gangbanging. Because let me tell you why. It costs money to gangbang. You got to have money for wars. You got to have money for your lawyer. You got to have ammo. You got to have money for, you know, for store. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, nigga. Bail money? Yeah, nigga, you can't just commit no heinous crime and think somebody go send up their hard-earned money for you. No, and see, hey, man, you get $30,000, nigga, you supposed to put 10 up. You see what I'm saying? Every time you hit big, put 5 up, put 10 up. So you don't got to ask nobody, you know, can they throw you a couple dollars so you can go to the store? You tired of eating this county food up in here? You know, you got to put some money up, bro. When most niggas get it in the streets, they spend it and they blow it on some vagina. And once they blow it on that vagina, they sitting back, smoke they cigarette. Man, that thing was loose than a goose. Man, I gave that girl about $15,000. All that shit, man. Like, it's crazy, bro. But anyway, let's get to the content, man. Big U faces 600 years and Luce Cannon faces 40 years. Wiretap exposed everything. This is a Compton Rick Rock reaction, man. I couldn't find the footage of the original, so we're going to do it like that, man. Let's get it. Let's go.
That always get on here, joke, man, and clown. It's a time to joke, and it's a time to be serious. And right now, I'm gonna decide to be serious, man. We got Luce Cannon. According to Eddie Boy, he's facing 40 years. That's a long time, man. Luce Cannon, what did you do besides what you talked about on the internet, man? I don't wish time on nobody, man. That's a lot of time, man. I know I didn't got on here and clown and had my jokes. Just me clowning, but when it's serious and it's really hitting the fan, man, it's a different story, man. Hopefully he don't get that kind of time. And Monty, man, I know Monty too, Trap Kitchen Monty. I used to go to her truck and buy some of that food early in the morning. Give me some of that good old breakfast, man. And I think she's facing what, 10 years? I hope she don't get no time, man. Who going to serve us that breakfast in the morning, baby? Like she do. Man, I hope this.
Nah, bro. Hell nah. Oh, shit. Are you facing 10? Nah, bruh. I don't know why that shit crazy. I just can't see her getting caught up in that shit, but this is real shit. So this happened in real time, man. And what you mean, bro? Luce Cannon was out here saying, I hope people die. He's the boogeyman. He don't care if people live and die. All that stuff he was saying, bro. No, bro. We holding court up on this internet, man. Hey, stand on that. You know what I'm saying? Luce gonna have to stand on all of that gangster rah-rah. If I had the clips, if y'all got some clips of him saying some crazy stuff, y'all send it to me. I'm gonna put it on my next video. But now I feel rock though, man. We don't want no niggas to go to jail, man. Where we come from, man, we didn't wish jail on our worst enemies. You know what I'm saying? But right now, we looking at this shit. If this ain't scaring y'all niggas, y'all niggas some bad niggas. Boy, you bad nigga. I'm more convinced we're more likely to tell niggas, hey, crash out. Shoot that nigga. Shoot him. You want me to shoot him? You want me to shoot him? Yeah, go ahead, nigga. Why not? Just the fact that you can be controlled like that, yeah, you need to get played with like that. Let's go.
This is just, you know, internet talk, knowing Eddie Boy, he definitely went and did his research, definitely went down there and got transcripts and read everything that he's talking, but we still need to see proof. I know their trial is coming up in a couple of months, man. But let's get to this content. Before we do that, man, y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Oh, I just also figured out the hype, man. Hype in the video also do something for the channel, so y'all hype the video. We're going to add that up in there too, man. Let's get to this content. Let's go. All right, man, let's go check it out, see what they talking about. Let's go.
Assalamu alaikum, people. Ramadan Mubarak, beautiful day, inshallah. 3:30 in the morning, getting ready to water up. That's all I do. I just drink a bunch of water. I can't be eating too much. I don't eat too much food. I just drink water before sun up, and then I'm on my way. I'm on my horse. Well, I finished reading majority of everything, of all the documents, all the paperwork, and I come to realize that these people are facing some serious time. You know, the breakdown, the sentences guidelines. I broke all that stuff down last night. We already know what Big U is facing. He's facing a lifetime or 600 years. You have Vade with all the charges he has.
600 years? Man. Wow, that's a lot. Man, woo wee. How the hell you gonna do 600 years, man?
Even with the sentencing guidelines, he's facing like 300 years. And then you have Bear Claw. Bear Claw is facing 70 years. But I likely doubted that he's gonna get.
These dudes are 60, sir. They're 60 years old. What's the average lifespan for African Americans? Let's somebody put it in the chat. What is the average lifespan for African Americans in this day of age? You know, I don't see a lot of cats making it to 92. Show me a 92-year-old man. He don't have an Instagram. He probably still got an old school TV or a flip phone or some shit. I don't know no 90-year-old man that's walking around in these streets that's African American, man. If you do have them, they in the South somewhere, they in the country somewhere, they in the Midwest. They not roaming LA. They in the cut. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, y'all go ahead and put a number out there. What's the average lifespan for African Americans? Is it 65, 70, 80? I'm talking about of the majority. Because I know it's not a lot of them out there. 65, right? I mean, most of the guys, man, 53, 58, 59, man. And some of these dudes don't have bad health problems and all that shit. Come on, man. This nigga put 25 over here. Nah, we ain't talking about the gun violence. You know what I'm saying? 75. That's, man, shit. Yeah, about 65, man. 65, 70. You know what I'm saying? Around that age right there. We talking about these dudes is in the streets, man, wear and tear on their body. We know Big U didn't drink or smoke, so he might got another 10 ball, maybe a 15 ball, who knows? But you know what I'm saying, nigga making it to 92, not gonna happen. 600, even 300 years, it's impossible. You see what I'm saying? You got to realize just him fighting that 600 years is gonna break his spirit, bro. That will break any man. I don't care how tough you is, how much stripes, how many niggas you didn't kung fu kick, knocked out. That's a lot of time. That'll break you. Man, it's no way you can ask anybody to be faithful to come see you every weekend until you die. Yeah, nigga, it wouldn't even matter what you did for somebody. That's just a long run. You know what I'm saying? You have to be like a bird or something, like be a mate for life. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. People go get remarried and all that shit, man. Man, it's crazy work, bro. He says, even what's called Bear Claw, he said 70 years. Come on, man. You nigga, 70, you gonna do good 60 off of that. Let's go.
That, and I likely doubt that Vade is gonna get 300 years. Then you have Tiffany Hines. She's facing like from 10 years. I think that's her max, is like 10 years or something like that. Because when I was reading her stuff, I found out that they saying that she was laundering certain type of money for the enterprise. And I don't think her charges are really too severe. And then you have Hop. They're saying Hop is facing like 20 to 30 years.
What the? Man, y'all got to find new friends out there, man. Wow. That's, man, listen, man, these people will get you up in there and throw away the key on you, man, and won't care. I remember my uncle was going to court, man. Rest in peace. My uncle, he just passed away not too long ago, man. But I remember the judge had gave him a life sentence. I think this was in 1995. He had an issue with stealing them cars. He had chipped that side column, be out, and what's that, going in 60 seconds, man. He had your vehicle. Well, anyway, man, the judge gave him 25 to life, struck him out. I was in the courtroom when they gave him 25 to life. My uncle looked at it. He knew it was over, man. As me and my mom walking out the courtroom, we getting halfway down the aisle, man. And the lawyer came running to my mom. He's like, hold up. Wait a minute. The judge want to call him back. And they want to call him back. So we went back up in there. And the judge said, you know what? I think that's too much time for stealing the car. I think that's too much time. He said, this is what I'm going to do. And that's my right. I call my mom right now. He said, I'm going to give you 5 years. Took the 25 back, gave my uncle 5 years, man. My uncle did his 5 years, got out of jail, and he went back again and ended up getting a life sentence, and then got out again after doing almost 20 years, man. So that was a long man. Crime don't pay.
Luckily, he's not going to get that either. It says Monty, she's facing like up to 10 years, but I doubt she get that too. And then you have Luce Cannon. He's facing up to 40 years.
Whew. Man. Sweetie. 40 years, man. I wonder if Sharice Mills knew this ahead of time, and that's why she said, you know what? Let me go ahead and live my life. I'm not going to be able to do this. You know, it'd be all fun until the rabbit got the gun. It'd be all fun until they get you up in there. Once they get you up in there, it's a different story.
Hell nah, man, because you got to look at it like this, too. You don't know who, Sharice Mills don't know who Luce Cannon enemies is. It could be a nigga who just didn't like Luce Cannon. Now he over here kneeling her down, full that. Yeah, nigga, now I got your baby mama. Yeah, sweetie. That would be crazy, bro. If a nigga over here doing a Dougie, you know what I'm saying? That is just crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's just crazy work, man. Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah, somebody gonna be out here hitting your baby mama. Yeah. See, give it to me. I like it. Hell yeah, water, super circle everywhere. It's crazy, man.
Man, don't have them women, man. You got a few that's gonna stay down, but I don't think no woman in her right mind is gonna do 40 years with you, especially if she's 40. She'll still look out for you, send you a package and things like that, bring your son up there to see you. But I don't think that, women gonna stop their life to do 40 years when you was the one out here messing up, man.
I doubt he get that too. So these is the max, the possibility that these people get. But when you're in the feds, for me doing my investigation, that it's always let's make a deal. If some people is willing to cooperate, they're gonna get a less amount of time. If some people gonna go to trial, they're gonna sit there and the federal government gonna play dirty with you. They're gonna supersede you every time they can get. And when I was reading the paperwork, you have to pay attention to the heading on the first superseding indictment. It says this is the first superseding indictment. So it has the potential chance to be more than one superseding indictment. And when you're dealing with the superseding indictments, it's basically just dealing with if they find more evidence, they find more overacts, if they find evidence that, let's say for instance, people are saying that you're violent, you're this and you're that, they're gonna get that and they're gonna charge that as another overact. It's just certain little things that the people...
They already know who they want. They know who they want, man. They just got them other people, you know, putting it over their head so they could turn, man. They already got who they want, man. You done seen a lot of times when guys done got locked up, it be the small guys who they take along the journey, hoping that they turn, man. They used to put you in one room and say, yeah, your partner said you said this. What? I ain't said that. And then they'd go back over there. Your partner said this, because some of the stuff they be already knowing. And then you'll think that they really didn't say that, and y'all didn't both turned on each other, man. But they know that's what they're gonna do. It's a few people that's gonna ride it out and thug it out and fight this all the way to the end, man. They say once these people get you, man, they got you, man. So they already know who they want.
Other people come forward and stuff like that. Them are overact, them are more allegations inside the case and make that case more stronger. Even though the murder of Rayshawn Williams, it's very circumstantial. And I was reading that and reading it. They have no weapon, they have no DNA, they have nobody saying they actually seen anything happen. But however, it's just the way it happened, it has a potential chance that, quote unquote, it's suspicious.
All right, that ain't enough. When it comes to a hot one, they gotta be 100%. That's why murder cases is the easiest case to beat, because you really, 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 really gotta have evidence to prove that somebody committed a hot one. It's some dude. I know so many people that didn't beat murder cases, man. Them are cases that they really got to go out and do their job and hoping that somebody do some talking, man. Suspicious, that's not good enough. That ain't gonna cut it. They gotta really have facts.
Is it suspicious? The way the government laid it out? Yes. Do they mean that they can prove it? No. If it's a state case, he would never get charged for the murder. Right. You know, I don't think if it's a federal case, he'll never get charged for the murder. But since it's up under the banner of the RICO, all the government have to prove is the overact. This enterprise had the potential chance. This is what they did. This is what they done. This is what they got away with. We really can't.
Yeah, I gotta understand something, bro. Keefe D is in jail for Tupac's murder. They don't have no proof that he actually did it besides him writing a book about it with no evidence. And he's not on the RICO. So, yeah, I see how this shit go, man. This shit can always turn into something else, man. But looking at this, you can't tell me that these dudes' money haven't exonerated their money. You know, even Brick Baby, you know, calling to the streets, asking for loans and all that shit. He got more motion than Luce Cannon. You see what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure a lot of people who was being extorted by Big U is not still giving him money. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody. Man, this shit is crazy, bro. These dudes are running out of bread. Thank God he got a son in the NFL that'll look out for him. You know what I'm saying? But Luce Cannon is damn near, he fucked. Let's call it for what it is.
Charge, prove the murder, but this is what we have, you know, dealing with the people that's corroborating, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Wow. See, Eddie Boy been up in there. He know. I don't know nothing about that. I know about the state. Wow, that's crazy, man. So they gonna find any kind of way if they want your ass in them feds. They gonna get you, man. When they want you, they gonna get you. They making it where it ain't no way out of it, man. It's no way out of it. That is nasty, nasty work.
So this is why this is why it's very important that you guys pay attention to what's going on. I have some friends, you know, that still delve off into their particular lifestyle, right? And he gave me some information about what not the government, but what the police is doing, like these secret task forces and stuff like that. They catching dudes with drugs and guns and stuff like that, and they letting them go. And that brings into question, why are they letting them go?
Well, we know why they letting them go. We know a lot of people that I know some cats who done got caught with some pistols. And I'm like, man, every time I get caught with a pistol, I got to go do forward 80%. And these dudes get caught, they get right. I got OR. Well, OR, I ain't never got an OR. I ain't never seen nobody in the holding tank I'd have been in with an OR. These dudes get ORs. They get caught with guns, be out the next 2-3 days. Oh, man, they dropped the case. Dropped the case. They found the gun in your car. What do you mean they dropped the case? They found it on your hip. They seen you throw it. They got you on the body cam throwing it. Yeah.
But it doesn't take a rocket science to figure that out. What they're doing is they're building a case. They're building a case not only on that individual, they watching that individual, where he go, who he deal with, and how he's, who he linked up with, and who he trusting with his own information.
Better get you some Square fans. Y'all go over to Eddie Boy page and check out the rest of this, man.
I just feel like if I make it out of this and I do get past 19, I'm gonna change my life.
What it do, man? It's crazy how Big U said if I make it past 19, I'm gonna change my life. Well, who knows if that's the truth, man? Because 40 years later, at 59 years old, it seems like, he's getting caught up with the same things he said he was gonna change 40 years ago. And the consequences, man. But let's get right into this video, y'all, because we're going to deep dive into Big U's legacy in these streets, who he is, all the things on social media, his beef with Nipsey, his legend on the streets, rolling 60s. Let's get into it.
It's our old house, man. This is where we grew up at. This is like a major part of the hood. And my Uncle D lived in this house. My Auntie Sue lived in that house. Brothers and sisters. We used to have picnics in the backyard. We knew everybody up and down the street. When I was young, I used to always hear my dad. They used to tell me my dad used to do construction. So naturally, you would hear this guy did. And so my mom used to buy erector sets. Not only me had erector sets, my cousin had them. We all had them. We would build models. That's all you could do. Wasn't no video games. It was about building and doing stuff with your hands. I knew how to turn on the water when they came and cut our water off. As soon as they leave and cut my mom water off, I know how to cut it back on. I had only sisters. They had best friends. So that means it was always girls in my house. So if the house was full of girls, my mom would let me go to the hood. It was really just a lot of love on this block. Here go my cousin right here. Man. His daddy is the one who bought this house. This is our whole life. This is the most valuable house in the world right here to us. We'll pay $1 million for this right now. Man, this is the first place we moved to on the AG. This was make us AGs.
Where y'all come from? Where y'all stay at anyway?
Number one, we want
Huh? What street y'all come from?
5'9".
5'9".
There was 10 other kids. We grew up like from 5, 6 years old, become best friends, and everything we did together in Arlington.
That's you?
We later became what we called the Arlington Gang. My big cousin, Chili Capone. He was the one that called the shots for the AGs. The group of AGs that we was on our side. He's 2 years older than me, but he was probably 10 years smarter than all of us. From the Arlington Gang, that eventually morphed into our section of what was the rolling 60s.
Y'all thought you was a cool guy.
You thought wrong, bro. You don't
Welcome to 63rd Street.
camera no grown man face without asking.
But you're a celebrity.
Man, I'm a 60 Crip, bro. First.
Okay.
All right, so learn about that, my nigga. Don't
Hey.
play with me.
Welcome to 63rd Street, home turf of the Rolling 60s, part of the largest street gang in all of Los Angeles, a gang called the Crips.
What it means to the community, it means terrorism. I did a lot of stuff over a period of time. The shit that I know that I was a part of,
Thinking about buying a home in Vegas, most buyers end up overpaying or settling for less because of this one crucial mistake. Most home buyers in Las Vegas are stuck wasting months scrolling for homes on Zillow and Realtor.com.
Man, I'm fighting for redemption.
The 60s, we had a lot of numbers. We had a lot of elite guys before my time that was known for fighting, karate. They pumped fear into civilians.
What do you do that makes people so fearful?
We can walk into a place and that'll make people fearful just knowing that it's rolling 60s.
I think being a gang member, getting up for your friends in such a jungle where it's so territorial, everybody fighting over these real scraps, lack of resources. So you got...
Our neighborhood is so big that we're on both sides of Crenshaw, both sides of Slauson. And we go down from La Brea to Arlington. So it's
With the name, I'm just in the first generation of it becoming rolling 60s. We the babies in that.
If you need some help or something, they're the ones who come right there and help you.
Around here, people take care of each other. Gang bang is a gang of black brothers trying to make it.
Gang banging played a lot in everything we did. We beat up everybody we can get our hands on. We all took martial arts. We used to train right here in the front yard, kicking, fighting, training in the back. I mean, as cousins, we used to fight all the time. That was just bullshit. We took that to the hood. Everybody would know it. Them little niggas off the block, they can get out.
You better let the nigga know where you from, AG.
Have a reputation for fighting was everything back then. That was before guns. That was before guns came into play. You was pretty much known for your reputation.
Back in the day, Big U was kicking motherfuckers' asses. He had a reputation. Even back then, he was probably like 17.
I thought he was gonna try to attack.
It's a false idea about gangbanging, like you do stuff to show everybody you bad. No, you do stuff so you don't have to do it down the line. So people understand the show they gonna get the next time when they do something with you.
Because I was a good fighter.
Man, they go use all of this shit, man. They got people saying he used to whoop everybody ass. Man, they gonna use all of this shit, bro. His whole life story on this thing, man. You understand me? Hey, man, if y'all young niggas out there watching this, man, let me say something to you, bro. Less is best. So I'm saying, go under the radar, go undetected. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to show everybody you with it, nigga. When it's time to do your demo, play ball, go hard. But make sure ain't no cameras around, all that shit, man. Because when you got to fight against them people in them courtrooms and you look over your shoulder, your homeboys ain't gonna be standing up in that courtroom watching you, fight that case. You know what I'm saying? So less is best, gang. A lot of these niggas want to do shit for the internet. This shit is bunk. Let's go.
Respect was earned. I don't know too many people gonna follow somebody who can't fight. I went viral. When I went viral, I had an altercation with the security guards at the supper club up here. We was going in. It's only 30, 40 minutes left from the club. This dude high or something. Your homeboy high. Yeah, they won't let him in. I'm like, I'm gonna stay out here with him. He just get off on the security guard for no apparent reason. Get off, meaning? He just fired on the dude. We're together. It's me by myself. Big you straight up. So I made the assessment. It's 15 of them. You fit to get your ass whooped. But how the rules go, I'm gonna get down where I'm mad at. I took flight. Back up. Blood filtered in my eyes. I couldn't see shit. I think I did pretty good. Me versus 15. You know what I'm saying? Other niggas would have said fuck it and went back home and went and got their homeboys and said, come on, let's go. That's the difference between Big U and 90% of these motherfuckers.
Man, bro, do y'all understand, bro, what that looked like? I would never even told this story. I took flight on 15 security guards. What was the reason? You got to look at this shit from a jury perspective, bro. If they use, man, they're going to try to demolish him. He's looking at 600 years. The prosecutor's going to try to prove that he's a menace to society. he extort people, he bully people. All of this content could be used against him to hurt him, bro. That's why I say, man, I ain't gonna never get on this motherfucker talking all that gangster shit. I don't care if I did some shit, jumped out at that taco stand and put a nigga in a wheelchair. I ain't saying none of that shit, man. Y'all can have that. Because this shit right here, man, when you stand in that courtroom, you better be in a 3-piece suit looking like you a civilian. You somebody that you're a pillar of your community. Nigga don't want to stand up in there proud to be nigga back in the day. Niggas wasn't even letting the judge know he was like that. These niggas is nowadays, man, everybody want to be a gangster, even in the courtroom. That judge don't respect you or what you did. Nigga, they talking about, nigga, you not know, nigga, you a thief. You stole shit. You took from people. That's how they gonna look at you, bro. Let's go.
Probably about 200-300 dudes came to Hollywood, and dudes from every set in LA really stood up and was offended by what they had seen. Because just from every set was upset. There was a lot of violence against just clubs and security against clubs, and people respectful for 5 people that died. We got so many people dying over bull crap. I didn't really want to add to that. That's not the legacy I wanted to have. That was a misunderstanding, you know what I mean? Went too far. So we ended up shutting Hollywood down. We had to meet with the powers that be. You know, we had sat down with the owners of the Supper Club. They wrote me a check for over $200,000. We used about $70,000-$80,000 to do a food giveaway, toys.
Now, Big U was a monster in these streets, and, you know, it would be vouched for, including Trade E, who would agree that Suge Knight would meet some resistance at death row if Big U was around. So, you know, it confirms that Big U was a monster for sure. But also, of course, him fighting 15 Samoans, in his own words, he took off on all of them, even though they ended up making him bleed and put hands on him real tough. But at the same time, Big U lets it be known that he's one of the top fighters in LA.
So were you out when death row started to build up and corrupt started?
Not at all.
You were in jail the whole time?
Never happened when I had no death row.
But what do you mean?
I love Suge to death, but he definitely wouldn't have been moving around LA like that. Because in LA, at the time, you wasn't seeing blood. You wasn't wearing no red at that time. That wasn't happening. And you definitely weren't moving like that without major situations. You know what I mean? And I think
now you see what's going on, bro. Everything you say could be used against you, man. Oh no. Come on.
And what was able to give rise to Suge, to the growth and Suge to move like he was the riots. The unity from the riot gang on each other, that's really what gave rise to death row.
You got it?
Yeah.
So explain it to me from your point of view.
Well,
because he basically said there wouldn't have been a death row had he been, you know, to the level where it got at, the way Suge was moving around, if Big U didn't go to prison.
Yeah, Big U was a monster in the streets at that time. You know, he still has a very high level of respect. Not saying he lost any of it, but
y'all keep hearing this. Big U was a monster. Big U was a monster. Big U was a monster. And I'm thinking about his legal defense. Like, how can they prove that he's not who they say he is when there's numerous of videos out here, people calling him a monster? See, I'm thinking from his legal standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy work. Let's go.
Then he was more reactionary and proactive with the cripping. And, you know, 60s are a major force. And I guess he's probably saying corrupt wouldn't have been over there, maybe, to make that addition to death row. And at the same time, you know, Suge, like he said, the riots, the peace treaty, you know, that gave an opening to a lot of people to start socializing with one another.
Right, because
it'll take 5 or 6 and my little nephew to deal with me.
Right.
In the other doc, they say that I'm pretty good. I'm 54 and I still, demonstrate. But anyway, I love my kids. It's just a fact.
Right.
But it's over that night. It's over 2 nights night. It don't go nothing.
Right.
Can't nobody really see me in my city, in my town.
Right.
Because I'm going to go myself if it come to that.
Right.
I don't need no nigga to do nothing for me.
Right.
Yes, I did aspire to Devo Cheers.
And I had knocked out a dude's eye. So his eye came out. And it was
What do you mean eye? How the hell you know somebody's eye came out?
So eye came out.
I heard you used to study martial law.
And I caught the case and his eye came out. I'm just praying like, oh, Lord.
Yeah, we still don't know how the eye just popped out. I'm checking mine now to make sure mine.
Car. I needed the key to the car. So if I could get them the actual key, and it was a foreign car, we started robbing. I had no rain going. It was really successful, hella successful. And when I finally eventually got caught, I ended up going to Central Juvenile Hall. There were so many cases that they could not find me guilty of. That actual time led to me getting kicked out of California. They couldn't find me guilty or nothing because witnesses, of course, weren't cooperating at that time. But they refused to release me to custody to my mother. So my mother contacted my father and said, the only way they'll release him if you come get him. So that's when my father flew out here to come get me out of Central Juvenile Hall. I got sent to Chicago. I get a call, he got killed.
Man, I don't know who thought this was an idea to know about his past stories, bro, but nigga just telling somebody you socked a man's eye out his socket? Man, this is just dangerous, bro. This shit is all over the internet. All his stories, these are documentaries. This is everywhere on the internet. LA Top Media, I think it's top Media LA content though, man. This is it's a lot, bro. Man, we telling on ourselves when niggas asking about our stories and our war stories. We telling on ourselves, bro. Don't you ever get caught and then you know what I'm saying they start scanning shit, looking through shit. And this is a ruthless story right here. This is his life story. This is crazy work, bro. And everybody calling him a monster don't make it no better for his legal case. Legal defense. Let's go.
He was 2 years older than me. He had that oomph. And he could fight like a motherfucker. I came back to LA. I get a call, he got killed. I feel like when I contemplate, I think about the people I lost, and I feel like had I not been gone, a lot of them wouldn't be gone either. That, to me, was a major turning point in my life and our lives in Arlington.
When Chili Capone was killed and Big U comes back, he really had a chip on his shoulder. And that's kind of like spiraled his anger to another level.
Stop imagining. It's time to bring your Scotland dream trip to life with Kensington.
Jail, and you hadn't been in jail yet. The first music you was gonna hear, first time we ever seen people live other than in concerts, was at Word on Wheels Skating Rink.
Word on Wheels was the premier place to go in LA on a Sunday night because you had pretty girls, a lot of brothers like to dance and skate. You had good music knockout.
Well on Wheels, it used to be a spot where, the 60s wasn't really welcome up there, but they would come anyway. This wasn't their neighborhood. It was the whole other side of West LA.
Would be Big U. Face of the 60s, whether people like it or not, would be Big U. But early 80s, some people thought Big U was this square, this big goofy guy that wore glasses, until they found out he could fight like a motherfucker.
It was every gang in there. We fighting every Friday, every Saturday, and we would be right there in the back of the parking lot setting up phase and dudes fighting. Dudes knew that I was gonna give a dude a head up squabble, and he wasn't gonna win. I wasn't even gonna miss the jury curl up. That's how I got my reputation from whooping niggas at Waterworld Skate Ring. Bros used to come up to me like, "Are you gonna fight tonight?" You know what I'm saying?
Invited me to go to World on Will skating ring. It was my first time going there. My friend introduced me to Big U. He was young. He was getting it how he could get it in the streets, trying to help his family, trying to help his mom. He just had that street life. It was exciting to me because I didn't know that side even existed until I met him. He made me give my number to one of his homeboys. So it kind of developed from that.
Because it was ours, that gave us the run of Waterworld Skate Ring, which gave us the run of LA at the time. For the whole 60s, a sense of power starts to grow.
And the only thing they hear is Rolling 60s, because that's where it's at. Numero uno. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Big U would go viral for his altercation with Nipsey Hussle, and ever since Nipsey passed away, people seem to believe to this day that he was involved. Now, before you even had the Nipsey Hussle situation, you had Fats. So Fats was very close to Nipsey Hussle, part of the All Money In crew. That was like Nipsey Hussle and Black Slam's best friend growing up. And ever since he passed away, a lot of people was not knowing what happened because he passed away and nobody got convicted. So as of recently, like about 6 months to a year ago, you had the situation where somebody from the Rolling 60s and WAC 100 would say how Big U was responsible for his death. Now, whether that's true or not, who's to say? But it does seem like, from that situation and from the situation he had, where he had an altercation with Nipsey Hussle, that made him and Black Sam fall out, and they will never, ever have their relationship sorted out. And to this day, Big U and Black Sam would not see eye to eye. So we're going to break down exactly what happened between the Big U beef with Nipsey Hussle and Black Sam, and why Big U don't really like Black Sam. Seems like somebody who really knows what they talking about is going to break it down. So let's get right into it. Nipsey and Sam were and still prominent figures in Crenshaw until Nipsey passed away. Although Black Sam never joined the Rolling 60s, he was a highly respected individual in the area and one of the major plugs of many of the 60s for various things before he fully focused on the store and running Nipsey's All Money In label. Many people don't know that Nipsey's daughter's mother is actually Big U's niece. There was a point in time when Nipsey and his daughter's mother were bumping heads, and allegedly she had brought some people around his daughter or put her in an environment within the house he was very upset by: drugs, alcohol, and things of that nature. From people I know who are very close to him and the family, in 2011, Nipsey allegedly went over to his daughter's mother's residence by himself and badly beat up and pistol whipped an individual who was with his son's mother at the time for having his daughter in an unsafe environment, sending him to the hospital. Big U got word of this and pulled up to the store while Nipsey was there and pressed him about it. I cannot confirm, but allegedly his aggression had caused some sort of bodily harm to his daughter's mother as well. Nipsey said things that Big U didn't like, and they fought in an alley near the store. Allegedly, Big U beat up Nipsey pretty badly and more than enough. He also threatened Black Sam, who went in the store, retrieved a pistol, and shot one time in the air to get Big U off his brother. LAPD arrived within 1 minute of Sam's warning shot and arrived, seeing some of the scuffle and Black Sam holding his pistol. LAPD immediately opened fire on Black Sam from about 30 yards away. Somehow, not one bullet hit Sam, and they were all ordered on the ground, roughed up and handcuffed, while the chopper hovered over the store and taken to jail that night. They would all bail out the next morning. Nip and Big U settled their differences just a few weeks after the incident and got back close around late 2016 and were on good terms when he passed. Big U was even his road manager on his promo tour for the Victory Lap promo during the release.
You said you and Nip were on good terms when he died.
Yes.
How did this conspiracy theory...
Thing in life.
Yeah, and then I'm going to keep it 100. Me and his brother wasn't cool. Me and his brother wasn't the best of friends. You gotta understand, like I'm gonna have friends that my mama ain't gonna like. I'm gonna have friends that my brother's not gonna like.
So, you know, me, I'm still kind of like, you know, hey, I'm high. Never happened. We didn't have a problem.
Okay.
Wasn't nobody making no money.
Right.
It was no money. We never had a problem. I just left.
Right.
Then when I decided when my son come home from college, he want to do music.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, when we get the equipment, we're going to put it somewhere where we can all get to it.
Right.
That's when they got upset. Right. And he made the song. I don't rap.
That song never came out.
It did come out.
It did come out?
It did come out.
Oh.
I don't know, it wasn't never pushed as a song, but it came out. And I mean, I don't rap, I scrap. And this is my neighborhood, my nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is my land. This is my piece of rock.
Right.
I fought for this nigga. I ain't gave this up. I'm still here every single day. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it goes to what we was talking about. The bunch of young niggas who only heard of Big U.
And they only heard of that. It was an actual fight. It wasn't no fight.
I mean, it was, you know, come on, man, come on. You know, it take 5 or 6 of my little nephews to deal with me.
Right.
You know, in the other doc, they say that I'm pretty good. I'm 54 and I still, you know, demonstrate. Yeah. But anyway, I love my kids. It's just a fact.
Right.
You know, but it's over that night. It's over 2 nights night. It don't go nothing. Right. Can't nobody really see me in my.
While Big U and Nipsey Hussle's relationship would become better and they would sort out their differences, it wasn't until 2016, 5 years after their altercation, that they would become friends again. But with Black Sam and Big U, they would never, ever, ever have a relationship after the situation where he pulled out a gun on Big U and shot fire into the air.
That melee had everybody calling in, trying to reconcile it. That's why the meeting was called that Money Mike Shop. But both of us was still mad. So when he came through that door, he turned up on Big U. Come on out here, let's get this in. He turned that down like his collar. Dead homies. Big U didn't want nothing to do with this dude. Strong as an ox. Short, pudgy. With a knockout. Center gravity. Couldn't see Nip. How the hell was he gonna see both the fast? Dead homies. But the situation was something that he never could forgive. We know this. Everything the marathon members did from that point on, it seemed like, or let's say allegedly, they tried to undermine it. Flocking their stuff, small break-ins, vandalism. But how do you get in the mix with somebody that don't need you? One mysterious day, he get a call. I got some more flight, bro. Come outside. Man, they had security, so both the fast in there in flip-flops and shorts. Marathon shirt. He comfy. Like chestnuts roasting over an open fire. He come outside in flip-flops. Looking both ways, looking for this dude. Like, where he at? He said he right here on the corner of West Boulevard and 59th. Dude's still on the phone with him. Dead homies. By the time he made it to that corner, he was ambushed. And that dude was the last one seen rolling off.
That's real. No, my nigga. Feel me? Like rap stars. Or some new tonight boys.
Well, 2009, we did the LAX tour with Game. That was Nipsey's first tour, and Nipsey was the opening act. Game with a mobile home. And he gave me the mobile home. From that, we were on the road to mobile home.
I called Arizona, San Diego last night on accident.
And they still love you. They still cheer for you.
Talking about some San Diego, I love you.
They gonna get it in.
You feel me? Yeah.
Titty, what up? Big U is very fucking suspect.
I myself believe that he has played a major role in Nipsey's untimely death.
I know a motherfucking hit when I see one. This shit is a straight hit, and Big U was all in it.
I feel like that nigga Big U did it. That's what it was. Nipsey was really the face of the 60s. Niggas really do be jealous because they really will kill you because you're doing something.
Know what they saying on social media, and I'm like, no. He was like, they saying that dad has something to do with Nipsey being killed. Then I got a 13-year-old at school, and I'm worried about her.
Blue Chew Gold is a staple in my house. Why? Because they really work.
And what people are saying, so that, you know, that kind of came in my house and messed up my family.
The spirit. When I left the music industry, me and Nipsey had a fallout. He had my equipment, and I wanted to use my equipment. He got mad because I got my equipment back. So then that's when our conflict started. I ended up getting the equipment back and said, I'm going to move it right here at my shop on 43rd and Crenshaw. And then everybody can get to you all the time. Nip, you can get to it when you want to. So he got mad.
You ain't gonna get on my way, you on my way, bro.
He ain't like that. He's supposed to make a diss song about me. Well, I ain't no rapper. I'm a scrapper. So we end up having to come talk about that. Pull up the homies, and Nip admitted it's wrong, but still there's some consequences to your wrong. I came to pick him up that morning so he can get his discipline. And his brother got in the way, talking about my brother not going nowhere. If I was his brother, I'd have did the same thing. Like, you're not going nowhere with these niggas. I would have did the same shit. But I mean, you're not from 60s though. And you're not from the hood, so, you know, you can't really speak on hood business. And really, that's really what happened.
My impression of Big U, that when you heard about him, you don't want to cross him. And he had a reputation for being a really tough person. When first came on my radar, he was wanted for murder.
That was my first experience of being in the county jail. That was 4800. Cell block 4800 was where they put all Crips from certain sets, because the Crips had started getting so strong, they wanted to start separating the Crips inside the jail. I was 18 when I got there. I'll never forget it when we opened the door at 4800, that's all you hear. You see a gust of wind. Whoosh. And then all you hear is a bunch of men. It sounds like an insane asylum. Damn, nigga, did I make it to hell? When you look down the tier, you see shit throwing over the tier. You see motherfuckers' hands out the boards. And then you thinking like, you're 18 and you ready for it. And at my age, I felt like I wanted to go to 4800. Because I felt that's where you had to go to prove yourself.
Certain individuals that was from our neighborhood went to the county jail, module 4800. They were like some of the ultimate dudes. They all had big names. And so you want to be as tough as the next guy.
4800 was crazy. Every day you get up, you're going to have a fight. Until you prove yourself. Them niggas wasn't moving right in 4800. They was either recruiting niggas, raping niggas, and doing shit like that. 4800 wasn't cool to me.
When I first saw you 4800, you was holding somebody's head like this, and you was pounding on them. You was pounding on them. No, 3 days later. No, but no, you was pounding on them. I mean, dude couldn't even fight back, didn't want to fight back. He just gave in. I liked how he represented himself. He didn't go at them. They came at him.
If all the niggas who claim to be this and that, G's and all that, if they would have been what they supposed to be, I could have never became me. I got out in 87. Under one lawyer, dude beat all my cases. I ended up coming home just on probation.
We were taught there is no one leader from Rolling 60s. But Big U went to the county jail and he bought some order to that module. He bought it all together. He was the glue. And so now they were
arrested for some bull crap. They had 5 different police departments up here. Man, they filled this whole lockup. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous what they did. This is a very special Christmas because Dante is here. Last Christmas, folks, I wasn't here. I was a kid. Everybody out of here. Just give a word of thanks. That's what people say. It was always, you're not going to live past 19. Life and Times of Dante. Oh, of course, Big U. My alias name. I just feel like if I make it out of this and I do get past 19, I'm going to change my life. Look at if I want to go sell dope everywhere else, I would only come to LA for maybe a week. I wouldn't stay in LA more than a week or two. I'd come take care of some business, then I'm out. I was getting money. I was hustling. I'm in and out of town. I'm in and out of Minnesota. I'm in and out of Atlanta, selling drugs. In the process of taking drugs from Minnesota to Chicago to sell. I read Malcolm X's autobiography. But we have to. I can't tell the homies my mind ain't like my mind ain't on killing the corners and banging like that. The name is so big and ominous. Every time I go through a door, it's Big U coming through the door. I really was a beast. I mean, that was the mentality. So I was still like in that I was in that wobble. No way of making no money. You know what I mean? I was in jail, I lost a family member. When my little brother got killed, I was in Calapat State Prison. Slim got killed, I was in 4800. When Lee Mack got killed, I was in Lancaster. When Stone got killed, I was in 1750. When GB died, I was in Susanville. Yeah. So a lot of my love was lost while I was gone. I was doing time. For 3 years and 9 months, I was in the hole. I got out the hole 17 days before I paroled. I did 13 years in prison. I'm free. At 37 years old, I get free. I'm a grown-ass man at 37.
His emotions when he got out in 04, well, hell, I know he was happy. I've never been on the other side of the gates to really know and understand what it would feel like to come through the gates and then just have all this freedom and know that I did it and it's over with and I'm free.
Outside of the gate. Right before I left prison, I remember I was on the yard with one of the brothers from Hoover, and he was like, bro, when you get home, are you going to take your neighborhood to another level? Or are you going to go home and fall victim to the homeboyism in the neighborhood? If you're expecting to see this gorilla come home and he's supposed to get the whole hood in order and, I mean, I can't even outlive the stories that I've heard about me myself. I heard so many stories about Big U myself, man. I walk in the room and sometimes I use the Big U name. I walk up and be like, man, I know Big U.
one of a few men that could touch any yard and unify all races, and within our own race, both sides of the coin, Bloods and Crips, and then bring these people together and begin to build.
I did 13 years in prison. Now, I'm free. And then I go to work. I'm building.
Why are you not getting powerful erections even after taking an ED medication? It comes down to how arousal really works.
As the walls closed in on Big U and his alleged activities, he would say a final goodbye and make a public statement before turning himself in, along with his family right beside him, and pretty much indicating whack 600 again is the reason he got called up, maybe because they was doing too much online. Nevertheless, that was the legacy, man, of Big U before his downfall. I mean, with the RICO Act, I don't see how he can escape this, but let me know what y'all think, man. Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
I'm going to go turn myself in to see what's going on. They talking about I'm a fugitive. So they just raided all my houses. 600 was actually with the police when they raided my house. And he's actually got video and footage of it. So y'all know what y'all dealing with. And I just want to say this to y'all. When they raided my houses and my property, they was asking about whack. Whack, Luce Cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all filed. All y'all who be sending shit around the internet. All y'all who be promoting and listening to what these niggas saying. All y'all giving these likes and hidden likes.
So this the thing, right? I think we only reacting to the interviews that you put out. You know what I'm saying? So much documentation on Big U, man. He said it himself, man, when it hits the internet, it's public information. That's what reaction channels is for. I mean, I don't think nobody on here literally is on here just trying to smut. I mean, I'm not trying to smut. A lot of people ain't smutting. We just reacting to his content and voicing opinions. But, you know, the people that he really had problems with that was trying to smut him was, you know, the Wax, the Luce, the 600s and all that shit. Them dudes really, you know, they did a real full court press on him. But looking at what we just seen, you could tell that Big U wasn't their friend. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a collector. He was a landlord. You see what I'm saying? If you was in his presence and you had something going on, you was paying him. And I don't know why people just, most of these, man, I ain't pay that nigga nothing. What is his reputation for then? How did he get it? He didn't get that shit by nigga just making that shit up. Come on, nigga. You can't have no shit like that and you ain't putting nothing in his pocket. He wouldn't let you around him. So, you know, a lot of these dudes not gonna admit it, but it is what it is, man. But yeah, but Big U actually put out this content. Those documentaries was just crazy. That's something that shit I didn't even know, but it's crazy.
All y'all supporting this. All y'all guilty of this fuck shit. If you had something against a black man, you should handle it with a black man in the streets. Wax said 100 times he was gonna take my contracts. He working with the FBI. The FBI went to the city 3 days in a row and told the city they didn't want nobody to give me no more money. They went to all the different celebrities and told all the different celebrities, don't give me no money, don't help me, don't do nothing for me. They going around scaring and intimidating everybody. But y'all sitting it around getting people in trouble. Like y'all don't understand what the FBI do to black men who try to help their community. I ain't been nothing but a help to our community. But I guess it is what it is. This the price of being black and trying to help somebody, trying to help your community and do it.
You know, I don't think he realized at that very moment right there, I don't think Big U realized that they had years of audio on him. They had all his phone tap, you know, wiretaps, those audios, man, thousands of hours of audio is just ridiculous. And they sat back and they watched him do it. They allowed him to do it. And, you know, like he said, nigga, nobody's bigger than him. He's bigger than the program. Nobody could whoop him, beat him. And sad as it is, we know what he feared. His fear was the FBI getting on his ass and trying to, you know, throw the book at him. That was his fear. But, you know, I guess he looked at it by what he did good for the children in the community. Everything else should be overlooked, man. And I don't know what world that really work in, but man, just all this documentation on him and how he lived his life and the stories and all that shit, bro. Nothing good is gonna come out of that. You see what I'm saying? No, at the end, there's no real trophies, bro. It's only heartache and pain. You know what I'm saying? In order to be, like he said, now I don't know no leader of no gang who's nice. You can't be a nice leader in a gang. You got to be ruthless. You got to be vicious. You got to be violent, and you got to be willing to sacrifice anybody who goes against you. In order to sustain that top spot, you have to be violent, ruthless. I ain't talking about kicking ass and all that shit. I'm socking eyes out of niggas' eyeball sockets and all that, breaking legs and all that time. You have to be extremely ruthless to be a leader at the top. Now, we ain't talking about the ones that got, OGs and, a little shot call here and there. But I'm talking about to be at the very top where there's nobody above you. You got to be a heartless person, and you still have to manage some type of love when you come home to be with your family. You might have to wipe the blood off of another man just to come in the house and hug your kids and your family. And man, that's a lot of pressure on a nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be prepared to lose everything. Because staying at the top is not forever. Nobody stays at the top forever. This is not like the Bumpy Johnsons back in the day, man. This day and age, man, they got cameras everywhere. They doing wiretaps on people, man. They talking. You see what I'm saying? What a remarkable story, man. So you next nigga that want to get out here on this blacktop, man, and want to be the top dog, make sure that you willing to accept whatever happens to you at the end. Because those temporary moments of you riding jets and having a jury and popping champagne, it's gonna fade away. It's gonna be a memory. And you like, yeah, man, I sure did it big, but you can't live in that moment forever. So once that moment passes by and it's just a memory, it begins faded. It's like remembering the first time you had sex. Who remember the first time they had sex? Shit, I don't even know the girl name and shit, but I don't even know what it looked like, feel like, where I was at. I don't even remember. You see what I'm saying? So it becomes jaded. It's not, this thing called life, man. It's cool, when you on top. But when you stuck in that bathroom, when you living in a kennel for the rest of I want y'all to just imagine living in a kennel for the rest of your life. Can you say everything that you did and you still doing like you can't get touched? Is it worth it? Make sure you can live with that shit, bro. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Let's go.
You can. You're just guilty because somebody else don't like you and they go on the internet and do what the fuck they want to and y'all gonna promote it. It's crazy. But I'm going to go turn myself in though. Because I ain't did nothing.
Breaking news just coming into our newsroom. 2 fugitives wanted by the FBI, including a longtime accused LA gang leader, now in custody tonight.
Let's get right to Mark Hotorellis. He joins us now with new developments live in the newsroom. Mark?
Yeah, David and Ellen, good evening. We have been following this story throughout the day. Federal officers arrested more than a dozen members tied to the gang known as the Rolling 60s Neighborhood Crips, though its leader was on the run. Well, within the last 20 minutes, the FBI announcing that man, Eugene Henley Jr., a.k.a. Big U, is now in custody. We have just learned new details that Henley turned himself in. Earlier, Air 7 was overhead as some of the alleged gang members were being processed at the FBI's LA field office. 19 were indicted. The FBI says Henley headed up the local Crips gang for decades. And investigators say that he painted himself as an entertainment executive who's been giving back to the community with various charities, but they say Henley is a violent criminal. A woman who knew him says that he has had a positive impact on the community.
He was incredible, whether it was a 7-year-old child or a 50-year-old former gang member coming out of incarceration. His ability to communicate and relate was excellent. If these charges are true, because they're still allegations, they are not a done deal, they're allegations. If they're true, then Eugene Henley was somebody who presented 2 faces to this world.
Charges in this gang bust range from racketeering to murder. A second fugitive the FBI was looking for was also apprehended. The FBI says Henley is from the Hyde Park area of South LA. If convicted, he would face a max sentence of life in federal prison. We are told that he should be in court.
The street gang here. As I said, Mr. Henley is a widely known leader within the Rolling 60s. He rose to prominence in that gang decades ago, and he has since been a fixture on the internet, talk shows, and podcasts, all things that law enforcement have looked at closely as part of this investigation. He has maintained...
Y'all heard that? They said law enforcement been watching him. They've been watching all the podcasts, the documentaries of him self-admitting the acts that was rumors that was never confirmed, that he confirmed within him saying it himself. We got to be careful on what we say on these podcasts, bro. Rule number 1, never admit to any violent acts, heinous acts on this internet for validation. Because this shit, once it hit this internet, it's a digital footprint. There's no way you can take that back once people start reacting to it and multiple outlets start reacting to it and all that shit. It's too many. You know what I'm saying? Never self-admit to any crime that allegedly was, you know, rumored to be you. Never admit to that shit, bro. It just, he says so much in so many different podcasts saying, you know, airspace is like coming into his airspace, and if you didn't give a notification, then you know what I'm saying, this is an act of war, you know. So you gotta be smart, man. Learn from this situation, man. I know a lot of y'all think it's cool to just be flat out open with your gangsterism. That's the shit that's gonna take you down for life. Let's go.
The image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur running a music label, and of somebody who gives back to the community here in Los Angeles, funding a South LA-based charity, developing options, which purports to help at-youth risk escape gang life and escape the perils of gangs in high-crime areas. The facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture. It is one of a murderer, a thief, a liar, and a cheat, and the criminals that enabled him. For example, Mr. Henley engaged in a murder of a musician signed to his label in 2021 and dumped the victim's body in Las Vegas off of the I-15 freeway. He then attempted to evade and obstruct the investigation into the murder, including ordering witnesses not to speak with law enforcement. Henley's criminal enterprise also engaged in other crimes, including transporting prostitutes across state lines, extorting strip clubs, marijuana dispensaries, and other businesses, and fraudulently applying for COVID loans in the form of a business relief loan.
All right. Man, that's a lot, man. It's a lot. Big U is innocent until proven guilty. Still allegations. But, you know, like I said, man, we just reacting to the content what's already out there. Self-admitting to crimes and, you know, and you know, owning up to that shit, you know, telling, you know, war stories of beating people inside, man, that shit is not gonna look good in court. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why they tell you when you go to court, man, wear a suit so the jury don't see you as some monster. But when they play all them videos and those documentaries of people calling him a monster, and the fact that, you know, he was confidently sure that death row wouldn't exist like that. If he was out, he wasn't letting that happen in LA. That was damn near like he ran LA. LA is a big city. You know what I'm saying? A big city. Shout out to the other cities, Compton, Watts, you know, all that shit. But nigga, LA is a very big city, man. It's a large spread. And for him to say some shit like that, man, them white people go think people was inferior of him, you know. So yeah, man, it's go break his spirit. I know his spirits are broke right now, you know. But let's see what comes up next, man. Y'all know how we do it over here. We don't hold hands or kick cans. We only react to the content. Y'all like, hype, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Let's go.